feel like that game would probably be a pretty good game to do a breakdown of. You know, similar to like how we've done before in like Apex, PUBG, etc. What do you guys think? Ether, what's up? 40 months primed up. Appreciate it, man. Splint, what's up, bro? Thanks for the 2 months primed up out of your mind, man. Please, would love to hear it. That seems like a lot. Okay, let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Motomatic takes me a little bit to learn, but I've been through enough BRs now, dude. Think about it. I've been doing this for almost 7 years, and I've played a lot of BRs in that time, and I've learned a lot of different games, a lot of different BRs. So I think we get better and better each time it adjusts into a new one. Heinz Elstein, thanks to the 19 months primed up. Goose, hey, well, if I can help get you better, feel pretty damn good about that. Anybody? Okay, let's see. Let me find the start of this game here. So let's start it off. I want to see something real fast, actually. It seems like, first off, you know how like in the kill feed, you see the icons? I'm sure most people know this. Maybe not everybody's realized it yet, though. Those icons next to the person's name is telling you what class they are, right? And as far as I can tell, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's anywhere where you can just see what the icons are. Does anyone know if you can see what these icons are and where they're at? Because that'd be like great to know. Guess not, huh? Alrighty, dude. Let's do this. Nothing good? I see. Yeah, when you kill someone, it pops up, or when you down someone, it pops up. We need like a guide that shows you all the other different icons so you can learn them, and then that way you're gonna be able to like read the kill feed differently. What you would be able to do is like you see, okay, you see this guy's a teleporter, right? Because of the icon, and then this guy's a seeker, so you know, okay, the seeker just killed this guy. So then you can start playing around the person's abilities because you know he's a seeker when you go to push him. If you did that, or you know, okay, he's playing at this house. Anybody coming in from this direction is likely going to be that seeker player. All right, let's do this, okay? First off, if you're over on YouTube, because this is definitely going to go up on the YouTube channel. We're doing this currently over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TSM_Viss. If you guys don't know, we do streams over here typically every day of the week except Saturday. Streams usually start up around between 6 a.m., 7 a.m. PT, all right? If you ever want to come and check them out. Also, if anyone's in the chat and you didn't know, we throw some stuff up over on the YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the chat right now. Boom, there it is. So, first off, okay, we're going into this Super People game. We're going to be doing a gameplay breakdown, all right? I'm going to try to teach you guys some different stuff in here, give you guys some different knowledge, how I'm thinking about the game, all that. We're playing a teleporter, okay? We're playing the teleporter class. If anyone doesn't know what the teleporter class is, well, they can teleport within a certain range, you know. I'm sure most people figure that out. Okay. So we're going in.
Duoing it up with Hallie later, dude. I'm more than down to jump into some people today.
And here we are at the drop.
Drops are on again for everyone on the 8th Viss.
A lot of the time, different people ask me about dropping in when it comes to any BR, right? You can think about dropping in this one very similar to like PUBG. It's going to depend on your playstyle. There's going to usually be a few places that are going to be super hot, right? Like in this game, I'm sure Silver Falls was going to be hot. Kirkwood High School, you know, those are probably going to be the hot drops. Wasteland's a really good loot spot. Typically, the further you go away from the drop, the less other players you're going to have to deal with. So if you want to be someone that just gets loot at the start of the game, you don't want to have to deal with a lot of people, typically what you're going to want to do is jump further away from the drop, right? Anything along the drop path straight down is going to be where, like, the players that, you know, they want to flip and go and fight it off right off the bat. That's always where it's going to be, right?
We'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes, you know? Play some of Athos.
Very rarely are you going to find a place that's hot by jumping super far away from a drop. It almost never happens. So, just something to think about. However you want to play it, however you want to do it. There it is. So, we go airport this game. And from dropping at airport a decent amount now, I find dropping at this building, this big building, is typically the best play.
Got systems in place for that, dude.
Mainly due to the fact that when you drop out at these hangars, you're going to get a lot of usually armor, guns. You're usually going to be low on meds, and you're kind of out on an island, right? Let me go a little bit further so you can see what I'm talking about. See how, like, this hangar out here is you're completely surrounded by all this open ground? People just can set up for you, get trapped there a lot of times. Same thing with these two. You're kind of out on an island, especially like someone grabs the tower over here.
Into your account.
So, I mean, if you want to go somewhere that's a little bit hotter to drop, typically airbase, but maybe consider landing at this building or these warehouses. A little bit more confined, easier to get around. Okay. Landed on the roof. Something I should have done here in this game is should have paid a little bit more attention to where people were dropping next to me. Typically when I play Seeker, you know, you get the Seeker has the ability where when people drop in next to you, it pings them. So I think that I've kind of built up a bad habit from that, but I should be taking a little peek around, seeing where everybody's set up. So right now we're looting. And for anybody just coming over to Super People, something to realize, right, this game, it's not like, the only other, when it comes to your weapons, kind of similar to how, like, Fortnite works, where the color of your weapon, the rarity of your weapon's really going to matter, right? A white's going to be not nearly as good as a purple or an orange or a red weapon, right? It's going to not even be close. The level of your weapon matters. So you want to be leveling up your weapons over time. And in the early game, taking higher level weapons, even if it's not typically a gun you prefer, is probably the better choice. Like right here, we got a, I think it's a blue M16, green M16. More often than not, you're in the very early game, you're going to be better off by taking a like better colored weapon. So, looting at this stage, like I said, we're just looking at, for weapons, we're looking to try to upgrade our gear as fast as we can. We're paying attention to sound. Sound in this game so far, pretty good. Often it gives you a good warning if someone's getting close. Only time I've noticed where sound kind of gets funky is when you're in the same building on different levels and someone's getting like real close to you. Then it kind of gets hard to figure out exactly where people are at. So here in a second, we're going to get engaged. And I'm going to be able to give you guys a pretty good tip on this one. So we go outside here, right? Immediately this guy starts shooting us. So obviously for one, he paid attention on his drop. If you were listening when we drop in, you can hear him land actually over there. So he probably figured this guy's in this building. I'm just going to sit here and watch this back door, this side. Or maybe it just happened to be chance that he heard my footsteps and he happened to be on this back warehouse, right? So first thing I do, boom, turn around, get back inside. Because I guess we didn't take a lot of damage here, mainly due to the fence. Whenever you shoot for the fence in this game, your bullet damage is greatly reduced, right? But we run away, we back up, we push this up the staircase, and I'm listening right now. You hear this? You hear his footsteps. Pay attention. Right now, what I'm doing, really trying to listen and figure out what is this guy trying to do. And I hear him run. He went through the fence, right? You could hear it. He goes in the door. And so this guy's obviously playing pretty aggressive, right? It's a pretty aggressive move just to sprint at somebody. And so we can take advantage of this guy's aggressiveness. So what we've just done, we've ran, he's chasing, okay? Set up an ambush. If someone's playing super aggressive, you can ambush them. Use that to your advantage. It's almost like someone headhunting for a knockout in like a UFC fight or an MMA fight or boxing, right? Where they're just headhunting. They have like, they're playing too aggressive.
Survival.
So what we do, set up at this corner. If this guy keeps in the same mindset, I'm going to push, push, push. We're going to let him push right down this hall, right in the open. He's have no cover. We're going to peek his advantage. We're going to pop out on this guy and take him out.
Bonus.
So I'm chilling. Chilling, chilling. Hear him. Now we have the advantage, right? The reason we have the advantage, we hear him. We know what he's doing. He no longer hears us. We've popped around a corner. We make no sound. Now he's going in blind.
First blood.
So, took him out. Gonna heal up now. Grab this level 5 vest. Paying attention to sound here because, hey, you just gotta fight. Fight has barely happened. What are people often looking to do? They're often looking to third party you. So right after a fight, note that, right? Remember that. We just fought. If people are around, it's very likely I could get pushed right now.
Evasive action acquired.
Also, we got a little too excited. Something to think about. Just set up a little ambush in this hallway. Pay attention to your perks. Read your perks. Pay attention to your perks. See which ones you're getting at the start of the game because it might change some different decisions you want to make. Like I've already got my car 98 damage. So getting our crate this game, getting the sniper from the crate is going to be very, very important because you can take advantage of that. A lot of the time, you won't get that perk early.
Survival
So
bonus.
knowing that, you might want to take different weapons. Guess I was checking something here. All right, let's jump ahead just a little bit. So we do some more looting. One, grab my sniper from my crate. For anyone that doesn't know, in the menu screen, you can add certain things. In the main menu, you can add certain things to your Wonder Crate. That will always be in there. So what I've done is I've added 3 first aid kits to my Wonder Crate. Always. That way, a lot of the time you come out of the early game, your meds usually aren't in the best spot. It's not that much gold. It's only like 25 gold or something to add in some first aid kits. Pretty good idea to do so. Okay, here we go. Zone's closing in. We didn't end up running into anybody else
Survival bonus.
at airport here.
Ultimate acquired.
At this stage, the main thing I'm thinking about, you want throughout the game, you're gonna need to start thinking about, okay, where's my gear level at? Like we've got a level 5 vest. That's really good, obviously. That's end game armor. Our helmet is in a bad spot. We'd really like to get our helmet in a better spot than this. Our weapons, pretty good, right? We had I believe a rare M16. Rare is going to be good pretty much all the way into late game, from what I've seen so far. And we got a heroic Car 98, which is obviously a very good weapon.
We're going to go with the cheek pad over, let me see actually.
Something to note here, we noticed this during the round. The cheek pad in this game only, from what it says, only affects your recoil, right? That means if it only affects your recoil, it's going to be mainly only good on DMRs. Your recoil on a single fire bolt action rifle, like the Car 98, like the what is it, the X40A1 or whatever, it's not gonna make any difference really. Your recoil really doesn't matter with a single fire. In games like PUBG, it also affects your scope sway, but in this game, I don't believe it does. So we end up putting the
barrel recoil control.
we end up putting the
So
cartridge
in,
belt
like, say PUBG,
back on Car 98.
right?
I actually explained this during the game, but something to note there, because the reload's gonna matter a lot more. So let's jump ahead here. We make another movement out across the zone, across the road. Mainly at this stage, I'm just moving from house to house. I'm still gathering loot. Something you want to definitely be doing in this game is constantly trying to advance your gear. Your gear really matters in Super People. The same way like your gear really matters in a game like Diablo or like other RPGs, right? Your gear really matters in this game. It's like where you get it. That's why your character is going to be able to kill somebody super fast compared to not, right? Whereas in, like, say, in another game, as soon as you get a gun, like in PUBG, you've already got, like, there's no top level of that gun, anything like that, right? Your damage is greatly reduced when you have better armor, and your weapon's far better when you have a better weapon. So constantly be trying to up-level that up. It's going to give you edges in all your fights. We catch this guy being patient here, right? Trying to see if we can line up a good shot. Wait until this guy's fully on the run, and then we decide to shoot. Doesn't know where we're at first here. Then I get the damage on him, right? So now he's gonna have to heal. So what we did there, I tried to mark him. Let's go back. Let's do this in a little bit in slow-mo so we can kind of talk about what we did here. So he's going across, and then put this in 0.5 speed, right? Main thing I'm trying to do here, get some damage on this guy, right? We hit him, we body him. Pay attention to the damage numbers, similar to like Apex or anything. I saw that we got 80 damage. That's a lot of damage. At this stage of the game, you compare it to your own health bar, mine's at 130, so likely he's right around like 50 HP after that, right? Pretty low. Dude's going to be like, I need to heal. Often. That's what I would imagine they're going to think, right? So, we do this. I marked this behind it. I marked close to him. I noticed that it landed here on the shack. He's not quite at the shack, right? Something to notice when you TP. When you teleport, so when I teleport to this spot, I'm going to be facing the same exact direction as I did before I teleported. So you can use this to your advantage, knowing where this guy is at. As soon as I come out of my TP, I want to be looking at this guy, right? I want to just pop up in front of him and immediately be looking at him. If I have to turn, move around, anything like that, it's going to be more likely that he's going to be able to adjust. As soon as we want to just pop up right in front of him, and as soon as we're there, attack, right? Catch him off guard. So we're facing the right direction. He actually had started shooting right when I TP'd. And so it really played into our advantage because it's like he's focused on us. I just disappear and now I'm right in front of him.
Target neutralized.
Typically, I would say most players aren't going to do what this guy did. You're like 50 HP-ish. You're probably not going to peek someone right then. I was thinking he's probably going to try to med behind like this tree or run to the shack, right? So, either way, though, it ended up working for us. Looting this guy. Okay, here's a tip I can give you guys. Whenever it comes to the resources on the body, which the materials, right? When you see this in the top left, this little gold icon, that means you need it. That means you require it for the current weapons that you have or the current armor that you have. So when you're looting those up, pay attention to that. Those are the ones you need. You can grab those. Grab the grip here. Something else to note. A lot of people might know this if you've looked at the bars. Some may not, though. Your armor. There's two ways, technically, to heal your armor. Okay. One of them is by taking a defense bar. The defense bar, when you're out of combat, I think it heals your armor like 3 points every like 10 seconds or something. Maybe less than that. So defense bars heal your armor. And then technically like another way to heal your armor would be to upgrade it. If you say go from a level 3 to a level 4, you get a completely fresh level 4. Your level 3 could be completely damaged. But as soon as you go to a level 4, it's going to be all the way back to max durability. So another way to technically heal your armor. We need that defense bar. So defense bar is pretty important. If you're going to get into a decent amount of fights, you need to carry a good amount of defense bars so that you can keep your armor up. Outside of that, when it comes to bars, speed bars really good to pop when you're moving around from spot to spot looting. Being a little bit faster is going to make you a harder target. You're going to be able to get to the loot faster, right? Hopefully level your gear quite up. And then power energy bars, really good to use when you're about to engage in a fight. So say like you figured out, okay, there's these two guys fighting here, pop a power bar and before you push, get your damage up higher. Okay. So we're going to end up moving across the map here. One other thing we discussed in this game, someone asked, hey, what grip is best to use? And for most people, you're almost always going to be better off probably using an angled grip. The angled grip affects your horizontal recoil. Horizontal recoil, much harder to compensate for, much harder to predict, much harder to control, right? So an angle is going to get rid of a lot of that. Just realize you're going to have more vertical recoil, but at least with vertical recoil, you can drag down with your mouse harder, right? Much easier to control vertical recoil than the angled. So typically, you're going to want to run an angled grip. You can mess around with them both, see what you think. If you're someone where it's just too much vertical recoil for you, you can run the Vert Grip. The main thing you're going to have to understand with that is you're probably going to have to fire off something around like 5 to 10 rounds. And then like stop your fire, maybe get behind cover if you can, and then like repeat because it starts to be more and more recoil as you fire more, and you're going to get more and more left to right. Next up, let's jump ahead here a little bit. We continue looting. Okay, then here's what happens. I push over to this spot. We ended up hearing gunshots over here, so we pushed to this area. I was thinking at first, very likely down in the buildings. Sounded like it came from them. Are we on 1080? We are. So I'm just playing the top of this hill, playing it slow, checking different windows. Wanting to see if we see someone run up out of here. And then what ends up happening is we don't see anyone run up out of here, but we end up seeing a guy on the far side moving out of the zone. It's harder to notice on the VOD. Boom, but we see this guy in the back right. Either this is a new guy. I almost feel like this is not on source. Or it's the same guy, and it almost seems like it's in. Hold up. New guy. Okay, so we spot this dude. I try to get a better angle here first before we shoot. If we shoot from that angle, he's perfectly behind this rock, right? So I'd rather reposition and get a better shot. He moved. Nope, he's right there. I think the bush blocked that. Honestly, right there, at this point, I could have popped one of my power bars and gained some more damage. But we end up seeing him at the rock. So he's at the rock here, peeking either side, waiting for him to peek. He starts moving out. We hit the body shot. Okay, we just did a ton of damage to him. What's he likely going to do? Likely he's going to try to med, right? He runs to the shack. So, boom, almost misplayed here. So we mark the shack. That way we immediately know exactly where he's at when we open up our teleporter menu. And then what I realized, hey, you're going to come, when you teleport, you're going to land the exact same you're facing the exact same way as before you teleported. So, hey, let's turn around and let's TP right behind the shack. We're going to have a perfect view in the shack. Take this guy out as soon as we TP in. Just like that.
Kill bonus.
Okay, boom. Next thing that happens, there's another guy, right? Often this is going to happen in a lot of your fights. We engage this guy. Someone else is going to hear it. They're going to push over. Best tip I can give you, this comes with time, right? This comes with time and playing the game and getting better and better at handling just crazy situations. But the best tip I can give you guys with something like this, when you just get caught off guard, do your best to stay calm. The more you panic, the more anxiety, the more things that happen, it's going to be harder and harder to get out of those situations well, right? So it's just like over time, try to get better and better at those things, right? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Realize you're just playing a game, right? And try to just stay focused on what you need to do. It's much easier said than done. But if over time, if you continue to keep thinking that and just slowly work your way to get better and better, you'll get better and better at handling these situations. You'll make it out of them more. Just make it your wallpaper, Viss. You're addicted at this point. The game's fun, bro. The game's fun. But it's even more fun learning a new game and trying to help people get better at it. Chat, out for today. I'll be back tomorrow. See you guys then, all right? Later.